Oh, the fat slags. Oh, what was my favourite, tray or sand? Flippin' heck. Tets on that. Oh, I don't know. Oh, sugar. Sugar, the camera's on. How are you doing, guys and girls? Yeah, just catching up on the racing results. Been really busy last evening, and I've been putting in the hours this evening as well. What have I been doing? Andy Cousins, I took your tip. I ground out these two encapsulated, knackered, overlated nuts that run there, and I have araldited in, and I have used araldite actually. Do you want to see it? It's over there. Oh look, it's just over there. And I've got my little nip clamps on there to hold that in situ whilst that does its thing. He says, putting greasy fingers all over it. Oh, postage corner time. What we got over here? Been waiting for this, haven't we? It is none other than the caliper pot. Let's stand you up a little bit. Giggity. Hey, secure. Hey, quality. These little ones. Where's the old one? There's the old one. Look at that. Excuse me. Thank you very much. Go and play with the traffic. Did I say that or think it? Yes, I got a feeling that isn't a Honda part. There are no markings on it whatsoever. It isn't stainless or anything like that. It is just your Chinesian by the look of it, and it's not though, is it? It's just mild steel. This one, on the other hand, is rather a lot more shinery, and I got a feeling it didn't state stainless in the ad, but it certainly looks the nuts now, doesn't it, compared to that old sausage. Right, so that comes with the dust boot and the internal seal, so we can be getting on and rebuilding that caliper in a minute, because I've been painting, haven't I? There's the caliper, all nice and black. I can start taking out me tissue bungs out of all the holes, and we can crack on with that in a minute. Oh, do you remember Viz? Oh, I've been through my cupboards recently and I found a load of old Viz annuals, and just tearing through all that toilet humour just cracks me up. It really does. Yeah, Sid Sexist, Fat Slags, Bottom Inspectors. The Ace 8, Roger Melly, the man on the telly, Buster Gonad and his infeasibly large things. Oh, I love Fizz. That's come out really well, hasn't it? With that heat paint, that was that. Where are we? Barrel paint, the VHT barrel paint. So I'm hoping that that's going to be, when some heat gets put into it, I might even heat gun it in a little while just to finish it off. And this is the third part of the caliper. I've already sprayed copper grease into the two threads, and I've run me tap through it just to make sure there's absolutely no crud in there whatsoever. The bush is in good fettle. So yeah, I mean, I can literally, I've got me dot 4 brake fluid out somewhere. It's over there on the shelf. I've pretty much been ready to go, but I've been waiting for me brew. No, it's milky coffee, it's not red wine. I can't touch that now for 3 months. That's going to take on my willpower, isn't it? Right, well, I hope you've all had good days in your worlds, whatever you've been up to. What else have I been doing? Drill. I've literally gone round with by hand with an 8mm drill, just taken off the fur out of each one of those, and then I've been through the centres with my 4mm carbide drill. And it's just, I mean, the amount of fur I drilled, like the place, it looked like it was foggy, pea soup fog in here. Luckily I had PPE on, of course, you know. And that's looking a whole lot better now. I just need to get that black paint off and smooth it down. Also, I've done all of those as well. I've got a Dremel kit somewhere. I haven't seen it. In there it's got a tiny little cone like a sander, and I really want to get into all these little knickknacks with that and tidy that right up before I apply any paint to it. What else have I been doing? Oh yes, said headlight. Do you remember that had a snapped off bolt in it, just in there? Well, it doesn't have any more. A 2mm, 2.5mm and a 3mm drill bit saw that right. I run my tap through it, 5mm M5 tap through it, and it just popped the old little bit of stud that was snapped off out of there. Hello fella. What? Who's that? Hello everybody. You're keeping my daddy from walking me. Oh dear. Oh yes, and the final thing, I have painted all this stuff here. It's all ready to go, and I tell you what, you know these the top engine mount brackets. Look at the finish on there, okay? And that is, I think I said yesterday, coloured lacquer from Lidl's. I've used it on many jobs and it is fantastic. Even if the item wasn't black to start with. Can I give you an example? No, I can't, because I just can't. But it's black, but it's also lacquer. So it's the first coat just taints the job, the part. Your second coat gets darker, and your third coat is the nuts. What can I show you here? Look at this piece. Look at that. That is remarkable, isn't it? I am loving this stuff. Okay, it takes 24 hours to dry, to cure properly, but it's no biggie. There's plenty of other things to be getting on with, isn't there? Yeah, so I've also done the brake lever. This is the hammerite I've used on this. Not advertising or anything, but the smooth silver. I do like to use stuff that's tried and tested that I've used before. I did the Hooney Owl about, I don't know, 6 years ago. I, you know, nipped into Poundland and got like some of those pound cans just to do the silver parts, and you know, you get what you pay for. It did the job. You know, the job looked alright at the end, didn't it? I'm really pleased with the handlebar top plates. I'm trying to get some reflection. See that? Look at that finish on there. Absolutely beautiful, and it looks like gloss black, but it's lacquered and everything. So there we go. We've got the breastplate, the handlebar, tops, brake pedal, headlight bracket, engine mounts, front mudguard plate. So I have been, all in all, rather busy. Hang on a minute. Look. What's the matter? I know what you want. You want to go in the bloody barns, don't you, chasing rats again? Yes. Do you see those ears prick up then? He's a little sausage. What I've been doing is I've been walking him late evening, 8:30, 9 o'clock, and he does like to be let off the lead. Now I live right out in the countryside, in the middle of nowhere. You know, I'm talking to these nice people. He does like to be let off and have a run. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to explain about it, okay? Just a minute. But what he's been doing is I let him off near the barns. He goes across the paddock, up over, leaps over the fence into 10-acre field over yonder, and buggers off. I mean, literally, when I walk down the path, which has an opening to this field the tractor uses, you can see a little tiny dot bouncing around miles away in the distance. First time we did it, by the time I walked down the bottom, which is about a quarter of a mile, boing, he was there. The second time I did it, I had to get the car out an hour and a half later and go round, windows open, calling his name out top of my voice, within a 3-mile radius of where I live. And the final, I was just about to throw the towel in. Just a minute. God, he's impatient, isn't he? He's going to bark in a minute. And then I could hear these little paws pattering along the side of the car. Shush. And there we go. I don't want to bore you with all that, but he is a bit of a sausage, aren't you? Yes. Right, we'll leave it there. I'll pause this, and I better take it out now, really. Anyway, this, I think, is episode 8. I hope you enjoyed the last episode. Sammy Miller's was fantastic. I'm so gutted about not having that picture with him. Anyway, the camera's tilting as we talk. Right, go and get yourselves a brew. Okay, so we got the seal in there, and I've just popped the piston. Doesn't that look good? Oh yeah, before I push that all the way in, I want to put this outer gator boot seal on and in situ. So just pop that over the top of the pot like so, and then grab hold of the bottom and stick it over that lip. What I'm going to do is use my dentist thing. There's me Araldite, look. Use my little dentist tool to just get this seal over the lip and work it round like so. That's it. Keep your finger on one point so it doesn't disappear back off. Just work it around, stretching it over. Of course, as you get near the end, the tighter it gets, so to speak, until it sits on that little lip that it's supposed to. Is that on there? No, is it bugger? Come on, you little sausage. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. The only trouble is we are dealing with brake fluid here, aren't we? I've just recently painted this pot, and I had a tiny bit of spillage. There we go. That's better, isn't it? That nice around there. Now the inside lip has to go in that little recess there. So I'm just going to push that piston further in, and there we go. It just pops straight in. So when we pull that out now, he says, it did come out just now, I promise you. Just use a bit of rag. There we go. See, that's coming out now. The piston's coming out with the seal intact, stop any gear and muck going in the inside. So that's now ready for rebuilding. So to find the 2 bolts, the banjo bolt and the bleed nipple where I've put that. Okay, that's another little job done. I'm liking it. System of a Down. Oh, it's such a shame I can't blast that out for you guys. Sounds like a freaking rock concert in here, I'll tell you. I'll tell thee. Right, what am I doing? I am just finishing up. If you have a look, a bit of a gander hither. That's the 2 front stalks and the 2 rear stalks. I am literally just going to put a coat on this little piece here, which is the other one, the other rear. Right, simple as that really, isn't it? Giggity. System of a Down, honestly. I hadn't heard of him up until met Andy Cousins. Cheers, mate. Awesome, dude. There. How simple is that? Looking all nice and shiny, aren't they there? Lovely jubbly. Oh, look at that. Star prize. Never mind. Right, I'm going to call it a night. No, I'm not. I'm going to take these... bearings off and this off, and I'm going to give this bottom yoke a quick coat, and I'll just pause it there and I'll finish off with that, and then that'll be it for this evening. Alright, take it easy. Go and change the channel over. What you're watching, shite. Right, last bit of work for this evening, which has been cleaned, sanded, prepped. It's now ready for a coat of paint. I've finished on the wire wheel for this evening. I've been polishing up the heads of the indicator stalk bolts and the bottom yoke clamp. That's it for the night. I'm just going to spray this up quickly. Coca-Cola flavoured Tic Tacs. That's my knob. Right, let's chuck some paint on. Lights, please, thank you. Just literally a thin coat for the first coat, and then we'll sort that out later. Right, what I'm going to do, because this is a bit heavy to suspend, just going to whack it in the vise overnight. Just gently clamp it there, and I'm going to go indoors, have myself a nice brew, and finish off reading my mag. Top tips in there, fantastic, but I can't read them out, it's copyright. Plus they're too funny for you. You would literally explode. But there we go. Okay, thank you for looking. This is episode 8, I do believe. Tomorrow evening, I'm busy tomorrow evening. Thursday evening, I will be trying to find my wet and dry paper, because I need to get those fork lower bits sanded down, so I can get some black on there, don't I? That's sorted. We need to strip down all 4 of the indicators. That little bolt there holds in that plate in there, that nut, and hopefully all that gubbins there comes out. It's not essential if it doesn't come out. I'll just remove the bolt, because these are the crust. See the crust on that? I don't know why it's not focusing tonight. Oh, did you see that? That was assault. That's what I like about working at night. I've got the doors open on the shed, and we got all the wildlife coming in. They're flying around. I had one on my arm just now, one on my nose. Yeah, that's looking a bit shite in there, isn't it? Look. So that needs a good going over. I mean, there's no reason why the whole thing can't be dunked. Oh, do excuse me. They're a bit fizzy, those Coca-Cola Tic Tacs. No reason why that can't go in the parts cleaner. Right, because it's got a nice little nut on there, there's nothing stopping me. I was going to try and bring another cable out the other side, so the cable comes out there for the positive for the indicator lamp. I was going to try and put an earth, drill a hole, do an earth, but I just simply put an eyelet on a piece of fly lead, piece of earth, and clamp it on there. Simple, isn't it? Right, 4 more things to prep for paint, and that's the swing arm, the main stand, the side stand, and this little sausage, which is the headlamp mounting bracket, and when that's done I can literally start thinking about concentrating on the engine, the heart of the project. I'm going to give it a complete and utter gunk. I know the engine runs as sweet as a nut. The oil that came out the other day, lovely and clean. Now sadly, to get to the oil filter you have to take the clutch housing off, which means a new gasket, which means about 15 quid. Not that that's, you know, a deal breaker, and I probably should check that and also check the clutch plates whilst I'm in there, eh? But there we are. You know I'm going to do it. You know I don't just paste over things like that. But at the moment I just want to get it in the bike and get the wheels on and get it running. But oh, spokes. Yes, Kevin, Sir Kev of Morse, came up with a brilliant idea for the spokes, and I'm right with him on this. He said, why don't you nip upstairs, get in your wardrobe, rifle through your old shirts and find yourself some wire coat hangers. Unravel them, okay, bear with, get the tap and die set out, run a little thread on the end there, okay, and then bend it over and hammer out a sort of a, you know, a mushroom on the end there to make some spokes. Okay, but I've got a better idea. That's just silly, Kev, alright? My idea is far superior. Still funny, but far superior. I have got the arc welding electrodes from the arc welder, which I've never used because I'm too scared of it. So I think I've got 8 gauge welding electrodes in here, so I'm sure I can whack a thread on them. That's a good 190mm there, isn't it, all day long. And yeah, so watch this space. I'm going to knock up some spokes. I'm only kidding, kids. This is a joke, okay? And I've got some outtakes. The very last episode will be a thank you to everybody. The reveal of the prize winner for the much coveted Stegosaurus money box. You just, you know, can't put a price on that. And I will put in some outtakes between the different bits and pieces. Okay, well, and like I say, we're on episode 8 now. How far am I through the job? You can't see the times because it's sort of covered up there. I need to add 3 more evenings worth of work on it, 2 evenings in a day. So how far are we through the project? We are probably a quarter of the way through. I know it seems like I've done an awful lot. Well, I have, but you've got to appreciate that I didn't strip the bike down. Therefore, I pretty much know where things go, but it's the lengthage of the bolts. I need to look at the schematic drawings. I need to read the literature and see which size bolts go where. I need to label them, part them up into little boxes. Yes, it's quite complex, isn't it? Oh, got the wiring loom to do as well. Might do that tomorrow evening because that's quite subtle. So there is an awful lot still to do on the project. Right, enough of me babbling. I need to get inside, get myself a brew. Catch you in a bit, guys. Thanks for looking. There you go, Andy. I have aerodited the 2 bolts in situ, so that's looking rather good. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. Give it another coat. Needs 1 more coat, I do believe. Right, what have I been doing this evening? I've been out. I said I wasn't going to video tonight, but it's a shed, isn't it? It's where the joy is to be had. Okay, Posty has been today. I was really excited and then I was let down, and I'll show you why. He delivered 4 indicator lenses, the rim tape, which is lovely, a nice new shiny horn. So I've got the horn now, but these indicator lenses, look, they have a tab on them. Now, gentlemen that are into your CB CB250RS is this, mine's an 82 bike, okay? Is this the case that this is the 81, 82 indicator lens and that is the 83, 84 indicator lens? Because apart from that tab, they are nearly identical. Obviously these ones clip in, look, so these actually snap in to the housings and compress that seal, and that's what makes them watertight. This one has got a big lip on it with no little clippy bits, obviously because it needs to be fixed in with the screw there. There's a big hook there which obviously sort of hooks in and then you do the screw up. So I'm a little bit disappointed because I was hoping the Wemoto would have got that right. The thing is, I've checked back on the Wemoto site, I've put in the 81 model and it comes up with exactly the same pictures as the 83 model and the 82 model. So, but what it shows is, it shows you can buy the whole indicator unit, okay, like that, with the orange piece on it, with the screw fixing tab on it. And if you scroll down a millimetre, it shows a picture of these lenses without the tab, these actual lenses, okay? That's what I ordered. And I've checked the part number, and the AA0839 is the part number they give for this lens, okay? Can you guys shine any light on that for me, please? Because I need to phone them up and send these back, which is going to be a pain in the brew for a start. But I just want to get to the bottom of it. Did they change the indicator lens on the later bike to the one with the screw fixing, or is that the early one and the later ones are the push-on ones, 82, 83 on? I don't know. If you could let me know, I could then address Wemoto and ask them what's going on, basically. Apart from that, I've got a nice new battery which I'm going to put on the trickle charger. Well, the clever charger in a little while. That's pretty much it for this year. I've given those a second coat, the rear pegs a second coat, and the indicator stems a second coat. And obviously, I've painted the inner mudguard panel. So it's coming on. Oh, I gave the lower tree another coat as well, so that's all good. I did fish out the top yoke, okay, and I am going to give that a lick of paint because I've got some, simple as that. Okay, right, well, I'm going to leave that there for a bit. Might have a nice Coca-Cola flavoured Tic Tac. Kid, I can rebuild the brake caliper, but as I say, I've been out and about tonight. It is pretty late now. I don't want to start banging around in here this time of night and upsetting the neighbours. Okay, so catch you in a bit.